My name is Bernard,
And I'm Casey.
and we are having fun today. We are trying something new and different.
You're lying. This is not fun, Bernard.
Well, it's not fun because what do I do with this thing now? I can do a podcast, I can do a video cast, but I can't do both.
I know. So we have a camera on. Bernard and I have been podcasting for over a year, and those have been fun.
Yes.
If you haven't listened to those, go back, pick one you like. Topics are all over the place, but in short, it's about living a lifestyle of better choices. And we've been not just challenged, but invited to make it video podcast.
Yes.
And there's something funny about when the camera goes on.
I don't know what it is. I love the camera, but there's a shift between being on camera and not being on camera.
So we are on camera, we are podcasting, and we have a blank slate. That's really where I want to enter this podcast is, a lot of times we set up and we go, okay, we're going to talk about this. And we banter and we brainstorm for 3 to 5 minutes, not much longer than that, but really just to make sure we're not competing or going in different directions. But we started today and we said, you know what? I think we just need to be authentic. I think we just need to share. Gosh, November's been hard. There's been a lot of shift. This is a new season. And how is AHRK alive in us? How is it living out through us? Does it really work? Or is this just some type of concept that we're trying to sell and tell the world you need it, but we don't actually live it?
Yeah.
And Bernard?
Well, I think it's my life is perfect. I'm perfect. My wife is perfect.
I'll accept the sarcasm.
My children are perfect. And that's not where we live. That's not that's not a realistic storyline.
No, and yet it is the storyline that we think we're supposed to be able to tell ourselves.
And we go after.
And we chase.
We chase it. Oof. Are you guys tired of chasing? What are you chasing today? What is chasing you? I think that's the in today's world. I think we've become more aware of what's chasing us, and so to keep up, we start chasing other things.
Yeah, and the quick reframe on the AHRK Path is that the AHRK Path is a process. It's a process of, as simple as breathing is a process. The AHRK Path is a process of taking a few steps, and yet those steps are about discovery. It's acknowledging, it's healing, it's restoration, it's touching this kingdom concept. And then you do it again, and the reason why you do it again is because process is the way we step into progress. And what that does is it frees us from the need of ever believing that we're supposed to be perfect.
So just capturing the word progress out of what Casey just said, because if you're not making progress, you're standing still, which is not even true.
Or falling behind.
I was just trying to be nice.
Oh,
because
yeah.
we're on video, so I'm thinking,
You're thinking because somebody can see you, they might, oh my gosh, Bernard's just really mean.
Please like me. Please like me. I'm sorry I said something mean. Please like me. But actually, if you're not making progress, you are falling behind. There is no standing still. There is no neutrality in that. And this is kind of one of the pillars of the AHRK Path is that keep moving forward. What are the choices that are moving you forward? And what are the choices that are dragging you backwards?
Yeah.
And awareness is the first step. And it's a victory. It's a place of victory.
Yeah, there's a quote by a poet by the name of Rumi that says, "Be like a tree and drop dead leaves." And just as you said that, if something's not bringing you forward, it's dead weight.
Yeah.
And what the AHRK Path invites is us to recognize that we bear a lot of burdens.
Yeah.
And some of those burdens are made up in our heads, and it goes back to the concept you even said, my wife is perfect, my family is perfect, my life is perfect, everything is perfect. That's what it's supposed to be, right? No. And most people aren't lying to themselves about everything being perfect, but what they do instead do is they go the other direction. My life sucks. My wife is terrible. My children don't like me. My sickness is never going to go away. Oh, I wish I didn't feel such hopelessness.
Yeah.
And it's easy to poke fun at the my life is perfect concept as yeah, whatever. But it's not so nice to poke fun at the desperation and the misery because that's where people really are living. And what we want to invite them is to create a new reality with the ARC Path.
Yes, it's interesting. It's we accept, as Casey was kind of highlighting, both sides. When we live in either one side, it's an absolute. This is my mindset is fixed here. My mindset is fixed here. Oh, it's not so bad. It's not so bad. You know, it's okay. Your circumstances this way, but don't accept that as a norm. I think that's the hard part, is that our mindsets become fixed in whatever area that we live in, and I think the true hopelessness is when we become resigned to these realities.
Yeah,
As
when our mindset becomes set as if we're right.
yeah,
It's dogma, it's religion, it's closed-mindedness,
yeah,
it's limiting, and really, so when we talk about mindset, really what we're talking about is shift.
uh,
We're talking about an ability to open up the possibility to acknowledge that change can happen, and along the ARC path, we're navigating change by choice. That's just a catchphrase that has guided me for a really long time. I navigate change by choice. And then we put ARC as the steps of the choice.
well, I think you kind of captured it. Is it's the change word again. I love picking words out of Casey's mouth. It's the Are you navigating change?
Mm.
Is change part of your vocabulary? Because what I described earlier, to live in any of these, this perfect paradigm and go, oh, this is already set, or to this hopeless paradigm and go, this is already set. It's not going to change. Is there? Can you bring that word change into your life? Is it in your vocabulary? And if it's not, welcome to the ARC path.
Yeah, because if nothing changes, nothing changes.
Nothing changes.
And unfortunately, most of us resign to say, well, I guess this is what it is, and I'm going to make the most of it. But then we accept rather than acknowledge possibility.
Yeah.
And that's just not life. It's not life bearing. It's not process, and it's not progress. And for the ARC path, we simply say that we are living a lifestyle path of better choices. And the better choices is not competition with somebody else. My better choices don't make your choices right or wrong.
Yeah.
My better choices are simply in comparison to where I chose last year, where I chose yesterday, where I chose 10 years ago. And then I have better.
Yeah, I think today's social media is feeding that comparison in ways that we've never seen it before, because it's daily, it's continuously. I mean, we've never been subject to this kind of temptation.
So is social media the problem?
It's not the problem.
All right.
Social media is not the problem. But it is the awareness. It is us learning that we're being offered. Again, you go back 100 years, there was no social media. So the temptation that you would be offered was, what is the saying, far and few in between. It wasn't as readily available. It's not like you're just picking up your phone and boom, here it is again. Here it is again. What do I do with that?
Yeah.
And I think the ARC path brings that awareness. What do you now I have an awareness. When I turn this on, I have to be careful. I have to be careful.
This being your phone.
My phone. If I turn on my phone,
I forgot we're podcasting, not just on the video.
I know. I apologize. I'm trying to get it right. So if I turn on my phone, I have to have the awareness that something is coming or might come through that is not a normal thing for me. And whether it is a temptation, whether it is condemnation, whether it's trying to instill fear in me, I have to have that awareness. But if I pick up my phone and go, oh, I'm just going to see my friends. And, if I don't have my guard up, man.
So I'm going to pick a word that you said,
Okay.
and we'll draw some more. Normal. It's not a normal thing for me. What is normal?
I'm not even going to answer that for you. We're on camera. I'm just going to bounce that right back to you.
Normal, there is only one you. I just want to, if you're listening, you're watching, there is only one you.
Mm.
The world is not so lucky to have more of Bernard.
Mm.
They're not so lucky to have more of Casey. And what makes Bernard and Casey so special is we embrace our uniqueness.
Yeah.
We're not trying to be anybody else. We're not wrestling with, oh, I want to be more like, I don't want to be more like Bernard, and Bernard doesn't want to be more like Casey. But there are traits, attributes, characteristics that we can choose, that we can share. I do want to have integrity. Bernard, you have integrity.
I like integrity.
I wonder what integrity looks like in me as opposed to what it looks like in you.
Yeah.
We go after resilient love. Oh, I want that.
Yeah.
But it's not I want what's in you. It's I want to know what it looks like when it lives in me. So as that word normal comes up, I want to invite you to let go of comparison of normal. There is no such thing as normal. There is such a thing as average. And then I want you to kick average to the curb. Because average is just not going to be a lifestyle of better choices.
No.
It's going to be a backward slide because the world, to be honest, from this point of view, it's not getting easier. It's getting harder. It's not getting better. It's getting worse. As a general concept, the challenges, the headlines, the struggles, the strife, they are exponential. And yet I'm not normal. I'm not average. My life is getting better.
Yeah.
Would anybody else like that invitation? That's what the AHRK Path is about.
Wow. I'm going to watch that one more time. Maybe on video this time. Gosh, I don't know. That's a lot for me to reflect on. What I will say is, as we share a journey together, as our friendship continued to develop and grow, and it continues every day, it was okay for me to borrow these words. That's why I love writing them down. And you go, but you already had these words. I know, but it just when those words when they go through Casey and they come out, they look different. And so I grab them and I go, wow, I like that. And I make these words mine. I integrate them into my mindset, my lifestyle, my choices. And then it's fun because as I use words, I see, Casey grabbing some of the stuff that I give out and go, oh, I like this. I think I'm going to keep this one. It's about changing your mindset. It's about that concept of change. Begins with going, there's newness outside of me. I think most of us we stay inside of us and go, I need something new, but we keep looking for what's inside of us. And there is, but again, there's a world around us that is phenomenal. And there's content in the news. Don't get me wrong. That brings newness into our lives. You just have to be on your guard. I think that going, I want to be changed. I want to have what Casey and Bernard are talking about. But man, every time I do this, I reach for my phone or I reach for that, I get beat up. Then just be mindful of it.
And being mindful of it, I'm going to draw it back to the AHRK language. It's acknowledge. Acknowledge that it is available. It is true. You have options. You have choice. You have possibility. You have the opportunity to look out and go, my life could be different. Will I choose it to be different? I can consume the words that just filled my mouth, my mind of negativity. They're there. I can consume a whole lot of negativity, or I can consume something that's life-giving and positive. It's a choice, and the possibility is abundant. So I acknowledge all of the options, and then I choose to heal. And healing's simply saying there are better choices. I can make a choice today to drink a gallon of water. I can make a choice today to drink a gallon of alcohol. Just use a gallon metric. They're both a choice. And one's going to heal my body more than the other. And as I choose restoration, I'm looking into saying, how do I adjust? How do I change my habit? How do I learn and understand what are the 15 character commitments? What is team building? What is the AHRK Path process? What is an AHRK encounter in my life? What is my VIP? I'm just listing all the things that are available on the AHRK Path, and I could keep going and listing things. But that's where restoration comes in, and I go, oh, that's the best version of me. That assessment invites me to see myself new. that conversation invites me to hear myself for the first time.
Yeah.
Those are good.
I think it just as you listen to the layers of information and content, you go, am I supposed to memorize all of these? And the answer is no,
No.
no. But are you supposed to live through them? And the answer is yes. The character commitment, you don't have to remember that word, but if there's if there's stuff that's not going well in your life, then there's these things they're called character commitments inside of you, that need work. I mean, that's the reality of it. We didn't have enough development. There isn't an institution besides our households that built these characters.
Yeah.
And so if there's something that we didn't get right, it's okay. But recognizing that you don't need to remember what Casey said, but you do need a healthy set of character commitments into your life to live through, and there's no escaping that. You can deny it, you can say I don't want it, but at the end of the day, that's our character defines our choices, and there's a pathway. And this is kind of where ARC is, really becomes a circular. Is as you make a choice, acknowledging what happened in that choice, and if it didn't go well, there's healing, restoration, and then you walk into a kingdom reality, which is just a new mindset paradigm. Going, I'm going to do it better next time, and then you come back and go, how did my choice pan out? And it just continues. But these character commitments are critical, and that's why we're committing on the ARC Path, is to bring that to our audience as conversation. This is not a school. This is not you have to remember and memorize these things. It's, hey, let's talk about what are we living today? What are some of the challenges that we're having?
That's why we can show up on a video podcast with absolutely no agenda, and simple conversation comes out about, you know what? We can choose hard. We can choose easy. If you choose easy now, it might be hard later. We invite you to choose the hard now. And the hard is not hard choices. The hard is simply going, oh, there's a mindset shift. I haven't recognized that there are more possibilities. I saw A and B as the option, and now I want to see my way forward. Those are fun word plays for me. If you didn't catch it, you can re-listen to that. There is always a way to see your way forward, to move in a new light, to experience life differently and abundant. That doesn't make bad things good. It just makes bad things purposeful. And then you redeem them, you touch them, and you go, oh my gosh, I don't ever have to live that experience, that moment, that lie again. Everything on the ARC Path is yes or no. And you just take a breath. And then you go, I can acknowledge that yes. I can heal from that. I say no. I can restore this. I say yes. I'm going to stand in the kingdom, and I'm going to know that I am who I am. And I'm going to know the I am process so that I have a VIP. And that's when your yes is yes and your no is no.
Yeah. You own that. You celebrate it. And then I think that's, we celebrate those people that have that strength, that confidence when they speak. And I think the invitation is that it's available to all of us.
Absolutely.
If it's not something that you thought about, if it's somebody that you admire, somebody that you look at, in a healthy way, grab that. Just as I was sharing earlier, it's something that's available for you. Acknowledge that this is my choice. This is what I want to do. This is how I want to live. And of course, if it's bearing good fruit in your life, you celebrate that. But if it's not, don't hold on to it. So we're celebrating you guys. We're appreciating your time with us. And we invite you to share this with others. I think that's the biggest part of being on the ARC Path together, is how do we invite others to start thinking the same? How do we invite others to start asking the hard questions? But it's what's so hard about going, I want a better life? Well, if I want a better life, then I have to change. Because if I want a better life and I'm still holding on to this other mindset, there's no change. And so invite others onto the ARC Path, and share this video, podcast,
Experience.
experience that we're having.
Hey, we're trying new things, reaching for more, and we invite you to do the same. So follow us along, join us in the social media realm. We don't think it's bad. We actually want to bring better inputs to the world. or come join us in team building. Join us in our next workshop. Things are available to you, and we'd love to share that time with you. So thanks for listening today.